Hi buddy, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor and we're starting a brand new campaign with Valkia for Warhammer 3. So as always, if you enjoy the content, please be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out a ton on the channel. Special thanks to Jay for sponsoring this campaign. If you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind and we can make that happen. And let's go ahead and get in here. And this is patch 2.2, kind of near the end of October when I'm releasing this video. Okay, and we're going to do settings, of course, legendary, very hard. I'm going to turn on ultimate crisis mode. I don't know what that means. I mean, apparently all of these scenarios happen at once, so we're going to get a lot of crazy fights if we get to that point. But that's how we're going to do it. Okay, with Valkia, this is basically the Chaos Warrior version of Khorne. So we get access to Bloodletting, which is really good. It is modified. It's not quite as strong as Khorne's Bloodletting, and we'll show that when you get in there. Specifically, you don't get the upkeep reduction, but that's because you can access new buildings that give you real income. You get the campaign movement range after winning a battle of 15%, souls gained from sacrificing captives plus 50%. That's really nice. And then your vassals gain frenzy and spread Khorne corruption. So that's nice. Passive ability, Gaze of Khorne is what she gets. So she just passively gives everybody 5% more damage and forward leadership, which is really good. And then after an enemy retreats, so after you beat them once, you get 35% extra movement speed to chase them down and kill them again. So that means it's basically impossible to retreat from her. You're almost always going to be able to chase them if they run, which is awesome, right? People can't play these little hit and run games with her nearly as easily. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So far, we've done Nurgle, we did a decent amount of Village, or we've done Festus, Village. Both of them were pretty strong. I think Festus is the strongest that I've seen, although it's kind of balanced out because his location is pretty bad. Like, he can fight and win a lot of battles, but you just can't get to a lot of fortresses really quickly. So that's kind of how he's balanced out. His economy is kind of bad. But we're starting out in a place where we can get a lot of fortresses. Okay. So, as is standard with most versions of Khorne, right, they're very, very good at melee combat, but they don't have any magic, so she has no magical spells. You don't start off with a wizard. Now, I think we'll still be able to hire Chaos Wizards, which is another thing that's going to really empower them compared to the pure Khorne version. I'm blanking out on his name, but you know, the main Khorne guy.
Valkia the Bloody.
But your Mark of Khorne gives you Frenzy, which is effectively 10 extra melee attack and 10% damage, and a little bit more charge bonus. And it gives you increased spell resistance, 15%, so you're kind of like a little mini dwarf in that respect. Now, that doesn't help you against magical attacks like it did in Warhammer 2. It's just actual spells that are cast doing damage to you. But you have reduced melee defense. This is one that's like min-maxy, right? Where it's not all good. Versus with a lot of other factions, I think most of them, it's all good. At least with Festus. Festus, they might have been a little bit slower. Village, I believe, was all positive. But this has the negative of melee defense. So you don't want to get caught, you know, in combat without really pushing forward and making progress. Okay. And then as far as their upgrades go, you can upgrade the basic demons to Exalted Bloodletters of Khorne, which is pretty nice. And then we can get access to some of these early. And then you get an upgrade kind of like Village. You get basically a tier 5 up here, which Nurgle doesn't have. I'm not sure if Slaanesh, the Slaanesh guy, has it or not. But you can upgrade to Skull Crushers, which are really, really good. And it looks like they're not classed as demonic. I could have sworn they were demonic, but on this, it looks like they're not. Which is good for a variety of reasons. There are different buffs that buff up your non-demonic units. So they'll get buffed from that, which is good. And you have your normal Chaos Knights. Now, they did put an intermediary in here for undivided stuff. You can get these Marauder Horsemen and then upgrade those to Chaos Knights if you want to. And then from there, you can change them into the, you can pay to change them into the Khorne ones. So, I'll have to see if these are even worth it. They do 27 Missile Pierce. with throwing axes. It's basically the same thing. They don't have flaming ammo. Because obviously, like, the melee attack and frenzy isn't going to matter for them. Because that's only for melee. So, I think maybe just having normal marauders. They do get a bonus versus infantry with weapon strength. So, I mean, I guess you could charge in.
Easily stains the snow.
36 charge bonus. Okay. So if you do want to charge them in and attack, they do get a bonus. However, I don't think you can retroactively take them down. So we could just keep the normal Marauder Horsemen and then upgrade them to Horse Masters if we want to. And then upgrade those to Chaos Knights and then upgrade those into Khorne. Now, it depends on how many ranks they have to be to get this. I think it's 5. But this would reset their ranks. Or I could just wait and try to get to 7 with normal Khorne. So, I don't know. That's one kind of weird min-maxing thing because they have that intermediary now that I don't think this used to be there. That'll be interesting to look at. But yeah, basically you can upgrade normal Khorne units into these things. And you have two-handed weapons as well, if you want to do that. Which is way more weapon strength, and you get a bonus versus infantry of probably like 5. So they're really going to be hitting some people. And that's probably what we want to do, but I'm not sure cost-wise. Actually, you know what? I'll just go ahead and do it.
Be a barrier to war.
It's because we want them to get as many kills as possible so we can upgrade them. Is it 5? Yeah, that's just kind of what I guessed. Not that much armor piercing. But basically you got 45 weapon strength there, and then you get plus 10%. So that'll be like pretty much 50, and then you get another 10 melee attack as well. And 5 melee attack on top of that. So you'll basically have 49 melee attack and like 50 weapon strength. It's very, very good, obviously, for tier 1 units. And I think a little bit of a higher charge bonus too. Yeah, these have a 30 charge bonus versus 18. So go ahead and upgrade all of these to the double-handed. Now they are going to take more damage because their melee defense is a lot lower, but we just want offense here. And I mean, we could turn these into... Do they have double-handed? Dual weapons. 39 versus 33 melee defense. But you get 15 extra damage. Yeah, yeah, 16 extra damage and more charge bonus. Yeah. How much is that? 141 still. I mean, I think so. And then what's... Well, let me just upgrade one to see the bonus. Is this 10? It's still 5. Still, that's really good. Because you're not losing... You're only losing like 6 melee defense. Okay. Alright. And then as far as your tech goes, this is very similar to a lot of the other Warriors of Chaos. You want to try to get over to this pretty quickly so you can get to Chosen. And this also gives 15% extra XP for Warriors of Chaos. You always want to start with this, 25% for Marauders. And then you want to get the Raiders Raiment Gift, which gives an additional 25% for Marauders. Because it's all about leveling up those Marauders with your First Lord, like, ASAP, so you can get to at least Chaos Warriors. Because having a bunch of that armor is good. And this gives an extra 20... Oh, that's Marauder Horsemen. Okay. That gives you Chariots, but it's on the way to Rite of Ascension. Now, the stuff that's kind of different here, you get plus 5% weapon strength for each active gift of Khorne. We'll have 2 of those early, then be able to get to 3 later. So that's really good for all armies. And it's minus 25% soul cost to upgrade characters, which is pretty nice. And then this right here is crazy. Plus 10% for all characters after you win a battle. So we get even more movement. And then, okay, your aspiring champions get plus 8 melee attack and plus 8 leadership for everybody in their range. So that's super, super strong. Especially leadership on Khorne units, because remember, the frenzy only works if they're above 50% leadership. So if they fall below that, then they're going to lose their melee attack, their extra damage, all that other stuff. Then you get extra gifts over here. You get some explosion damage, which is really nice, because again, you just don't have a lot of damage. You get Rage for all dual axe units. So the longer they stay in combat, then they get extra physical resist, leadership, and melee attack for all units ranked 4 and above. And you get plus 2 charge bonus for each dual axe infantry unit. So, again, wanting you to go dual. Seems really strong. So that's basically where we're going. I think the choice is super easy on this. But again, like, that stuff is really nice, but you got to start off with the experience on the Marauders. That's for sure. And then I think we'll probably go for the Chaos Warriors next, but there is an argument for going for this next. We're probably not going to have any aspiring champions to get the second one, but the movement speed's really good.
Exult in this
Okay, let's get a fight in here.
Very well.
Mistress of Skulls.
Oh, let me see. We can also hire before we fight here. Let's go ahead and grab one of these. Do we need the dogs? I don't think so. We already have one dog and one of these. Their dogs are pretty bad in combat. What you mainly want them for is for harassing archers.
Even here, Khorne's fury is red hot.
Either harassing archers or mostly just running down fleeing units.
Reforged for murder.
Okay.
Spill blood for Khorne.
Alright, I'm not sure how much damage we're going to take, so I'm just going to fight it. If we were to auto-resolve it. So I'm not really sure of the pathing. I haven't practiced this run-through too much, but there's obviously we get the first Dark Fortress above us, and then we have to choose if we want to go over and try to go for, like, the Malekith and the Major Dark Elf capital, or if we just want to leave them alone and just press and just go to the right. I think the right will probably be easier foes, but I'm not 100% about it. I'll have to check the politics too and see if we have alliances or if we're going to war with anybody. Let's actually make 4, and then we'll have these as our just little rundown 3 unit. Skull Crushers are, that's incredibly powerful to start with. She's also a very good lord. I mean, pretty much all of the demon lords are good for the most part, but she's one of the better just raw combat ones because she doesn't have any magic as far as like the demon lords go. She does get to fly. There are others who do not fly. They have a very good like tier 1 bonus here too of the plus 24. I think Nurgle's might have been a little bit better. I mean, Festus. Like, Festus is so freaking strong. I just love Nurgle in general. They did have an upgrade on this patch, which I didn't realize until I was playing through the Cathay campaign, which be sure to check that out. I am running a Cathay campaign. I hope it'll still run. They just did a hotfix patch kind of out of nowhere. Hopefully it doesn't invalidate my save. It didn't read like it would, but... Okay, we're going to wait just a second here and make sure we got our vigor. Because you are kind of slow with your early Khorne units. Just let them take a breather for a second. Okay. And we'll just get her to duel their lord. Man, that did almost no damage.
Chaos warriors of Khorne. Hordes of chaos! Slaughter them! At once! Kill them all!
Go ahead and hit those things in the back here. Try to break them.
Hordes of chaos! We go in fury! Lusting for slaughter! For chaos! Destroy them! Lusting for slaughter! Visit destruction!
Alright, and we'll just try to kill them all here. We are going to just chase them down, but we'll just try to at least kill the Lord and these dogs. Probably going to do a pretty good job.
Eviscerate them!
We want those blood crushers. They're anti-large too. That's what's crazy. Like, they're not even supposed to be anti-infantry. But I mean, they are. Like, they have a huge charge bonus of 77. They're really heavily armored. I mean, I think they're in contention for best cav in the game. Like, they're up there. I don't know what the stats are on, like, demigriffs. Like, the demigriffs with lances or whatever. I mean, a lot of it depends on how many upgrades you can get to, right? And your different trees with your lords and all that, but they're pretty serious. They don't fly, so that's a thing. They are kind of slow. They certainly mean business.
Valkia the Bloody!
I'll speed that up a little bit here. Just make sure we get all of the little, what are they called? The armored dudes. The armored archers. Corsairs, there we go. She's also anti-large. I think that in general, Khorne is very good against other large units. Like, they have the option of getting halberds. She's anti-large to start. Your blood crushers are anti-large. Khorne's just pretty good in general. I mean, I think they have some of the best, like, units and most well-rounded roster in the whole game. The reason that I didn't like the main Khorne army as much as something like Nurgle or Slaanesh initially, if you watched my tier list when the game came out, was just their economy. It's not that great in the main game because you have to burn stuff all the time. But with this, you have the Dark Fortresses, so that does give you income. And you can get magic. You could not get magic with original Khorne. Wow, 456 souls. Holy crap.
Into the pyres!
I'll show you the soul system here in a second. Okay, I think we just want this. Extra melee attack for non-demonic infantry is massive. Because, again, we want to level up Marauders. So you kind of almost always have to go for that. And then we might go for the blue tree.
Armaments worthy of Khorne!
What do I upgrade him into? Exalted Hero of Khorne. Okay, I'm not sure what that entails, but we obviously want to wait till we get the discount. But training is pretty garbage. 50 per turn. Like, most of the time it's like 1,000 gold, even at low levels, to get one chevron, one rank. So we'll just turn him into a fighter, I think, is probably the best use of him. There is an argument for assassination, like, later, because we're already so good at fighting, but he's a pretty respectable little fighter. Especially if we put him on a Manticore, like, he can go around and we can team up on their lords. With, Valkia.
Reforged for murder.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna say, one thing on patch 2.2, which this is, that's gonna help a lot, I think, is, minor settlements. Is this a minor? I don't remember if this is a minor settlement or not. Let me see. It's a Dark Fortress. I think it's a Dark Fortress. Okay, let's fight it. Anyways, the minor settlements no longer have walls automatically. Like, you don't automatically do the settlement fights, which is amazing for Khorne. Very, very good for Khorne, because they're so much of it, especially once you get to the higher end, is about their cavalry, is about those flanks. And they don't have any ranged units, except for the Marauder Horsemen. So they have a hard time taking down the towers that people can build up. So, and they don't do very good. They don't do very well in prolonged combat either. If you're having to sit there and just slug it out, like, that's not their thing. Like Nurgle, you know, Nurgle doesn't mind the buildings. They're one of the biggest beneficiaries of those towers because they don't care if towers are shooting at them. They just ignore it. They're just gonna heal through it. And on the defense, it's like almost impossible to get into a Nurgle town if they just blob up their choke points and just put the towers in. They did have really OP towers too. But that's fine. Like, if it nerfs Nurgle a little bit, that's fine. If it helps everybody else. But, yeah, it just... The big thing is it just slows down the game so much when you have to do those settlement battles. And it just feels like every single battle is like a siege or settlement battle. And I think it's cool to add that in as an option. If something, you know, has walls or whatever. Or maybe, I'll have to look and see, because I haven't used it yet. But maybe that's like the tier 2 option. Because it doesn't formally have walls, the old school settlements, so... I think if they made it a tier 2 building, I think that would probably be fair. Takes up a building slot, you have to actually commit to it. Let me speed this up a little bit. I mean, it's probably not going to matter, but let's just... Victory is in our grasp. It told us this is going to be a Pyrrhic victory, didn't they?
The gods ask. Carnage steers us. Carnage steers us. Drag us to the source. Yes. No fear, no regret. Brothers in bloodletting.
No. Get those out. Get those out. Now, she's a small unit, isn't she? Yes. That's really good, too, that she's not affected by spears as much.
Hordes of chaos.
Are these just bleak dark shards? Okay, yeah, we could probably light those up.
Spread corruption. Yes. Skull takers.
Now, this might be a mistake, but I'm gonna go ahead and charge this and just see if we break them.
Marauders of Corn.
Taking a little bit of damage. That wasn't quite the impact I was looking for. Where's Valkia? Oh god. Oops. Gotta have her not chase. Yeah, we got pinned in there. We're taking some hits. That was a mistake. I should not have. I thought we would just be able to knock the spears back, you know, and not get trapped, but several of my dudes are just getting trapped in there. There we go. Now they're actually charging. It's uphill, though, and they're very heavily armored, so kind of makes sense. Okay, there they go. So we lost, like, 1 or 2, maybe. It's a town, though, so we just go ahead and let's round it off. Did we lose any? I think we lost, like, yeah, 2. I mean, they can handle lowly spears, but spears are still spears. Like, they're going to be good against cavalry or large units. A big thing about spears that people forget, I think this applies to spears. I know it applies to halberds. It's range 2. So that means the front row and the back row can both attack at the same time. And then, of course, they get extra melee attack. Oh, that's actually quite good. Oh, we get vassals too, yeah. Forgot about that.
Kneel before your queen.
Are all of these Norscan places not real capitals? Is it minor fights like that? Field fights for these Norscan places? That would be amazing. Where the hell? Where is this? Nagaron. Oh, I forgot. So, okay, so we're way up here. So we get Mung for that. Okay. I forgot all of this is like Skaven down here. I mean, do I want to like mess with Skaven? There's not a tribe affiliated with that. This has gold, but I don't know if gold matters for us. We are at war with Gron, so we need to kill him. Think, right? Wait, this is Mung? Oh. No, it's probably Skaven. Or is it just burned? I don't know. I mean, one thing is, like, occupying
Valkia the
towns
Bloody.
doesn't matter that much.
Bringer of glory. Mistress of skulls.
Like, you don't get money off of it, which is kind of weird. So, like, sometimes just burning it might be the best choice. I mean, we've got a lot of armor. Let's just fight him.
Ah, the slaughter begins.
There will always be blood.
Okay, so over here, now we get 2 slots. So we get one of these. Dogs. Almost certainly dogs, man. These things are so freaking OP unless they've nerfed them. 46 charge bonus. Yeah, they get the 20% physical resist. I can't remember if these are nerfed numbers or not, but these things just tear through stuff. I feel like 30 armor is nerfed though, right? These were really OP at one point. 65 weapon strength is insane. Like, these things just chew through archers. Now, these are good. Bloodletters are definitely good, but the thing is, we already have so much melee, like, we're not hurting for that. We're going to have a lot of Chaos Warriors, a lot of Marauders. Like, our front line's pretty dang good already. So that's why I think just going for this Hellish Bite. Now, 35% post-battle loot and all that is really good too. Oh god, it's so good. God, the corn stuff is just insane. Like, we can't do this one yet because you have to sacrifice up to 20. You have to use 2,500 souls to get it. Yeah, the blood greed and then the plus 15% XP is just crazy because that stacks with frenzy and the other thing that I forgot, like the intensity thing where it's like the little burning sword with these bloodletters, the exalted bloodletters. It gives extra damage. I believe it stacks with that. But anyways, as it stands, I think it's almost always Hellish Bite. It's because that gives the extra utility you don't have as much of early, which is that mobility. Like, we have the corn guys early, but... Okay, and then here, this is basically just automatic. You always get Raider's Raiment with, like, every Chaos faction because, or Chaos Warrior faction. So it gives you the +8 for Marauders. It's going to give you more kills, which means more levels, faster upgrades, and you get 10% replenishment. Especially good with Khorne because your guys have low melee defense. You're going to be taking a lot of casualties in closer fights. Now, this can be good if you're weak on sieges, which we kind of are early. We don't have a lot of siege equipment. You can get spawn or one of the best ways to try to deal with this. So, like, Village doesn't really care about this because he knocks down doors so easily with the Chaos Spawn. But I still think this is just too much to pass up. You just got to get it. So, basically, if you don't know how the system works, it's 500 souls up front, and then you have an upkeep of usually 10%. So it's 50 per turn. This is how much I have over here. Okay, so those are the 2 that you want. And then through technologies, you can unlock more of those. So, like, over here, this will give us +1 gift of Khorne. And then I think there's one that's symmetrical down here. Yeah, +1 gift of Khorne. And then, like, over here, you probably get some more. For Chaos Undivided, that's a gift of Khorne. So you get 3 or 4 total. The Chaos Undivided ones, I don't think are that great typically outside of the Marauder one, which is awesome. So, like, you don't need to go out of your way to get those most of the time.
Sword Maiden of the Blood
I thought
God.
there was another way to use souls too. Kind of depends on the faction. I don't know if Khorne has any interesting ways to use soul. I know with Village you can use it on your little schemes stuff, and then you can use it for the plagues. I believe you use it with plagues with Festus, but it looks like Khorne, to my knowledge, there's not a lot of ways to use it. Construction costs for all buildings -10%. Khorne corruption in adjacent provinces +1. And then the Corn Corruption gives us Vigor Loss Reduction, Control, Melee Attack, and Charge Bonus. So all of those are pretty nice. Okay, we've already basically got this province, so that's not going to matter. I think it's just this. Yeah. And then pretty much always it's going to be the money one. Now, Warband unit capacity. So I don't know if you can always get those with the spawn and the troll, but we want to get to here and get these dudes and get the metal sorcerer. It's the biggest thing. So getting these is nice because those are siegers potentially. But so we're gonna go ahead and 2,000 gold is a lot for 20 growth, but we only have 20 growth right now, so that's pretty bad. Festus again has different plagues that give you a hell of a lot of growth if you want it, so I'm always team Festus, man. Anything Nurgle, just strong as hell. But we need to get over here. So once we get to tier 2, we can sell this back for like 1,600, but it's pretty much doubling how fast we're gonna get there. Is there anything here that actually gives growth? I think that Festus also has a thing that gives growth. I could be wrong about that, but okay, I guess that's it. No hero stuff. We can get a Lord. And again, these are not wizards, so that's kind of a weakness. It's harder to get magic. Okay. Nothing we need to hire. Nothing to update. Alright, we're good. I guess we'll go down and blast Grand. I don't know what gold is going to give us. It almost never gives us any money if it's a secondary town. There are some that give you some, like, faction-wide benefits. Like, I think Iron, with the Festus one, gave, like, 10 extra armor to Marauders or something. So that's pretty good.
Carnets awakened.
Despoil and ravage.
Okay. And we're not, I mean, who are we at war with? We're at war with Grand, who has nothing right now. And then the money we're getting off of Hmong is 12 gold. You know, like these Norscan tribes, it sounds really good being able
To be honest, I'd rather be raiding. But you have my time.
Trade settlements.
Fine.
Okay. Maybe we can trade them gold, I don't know. We might be able to gift stuff over to our homie, too.
Reforged for murder. Your feet should bleed.
Okay, now we're getting chances. Because, like, once your corruption goes up in an area, then you have a much higher chance to be able to get units. Like, good units for your faction. So right now, this is only 4%. You know, 25%, 19%, because it's not super corrupt yet. But it's getting there. Alright, I'm just going to dash down.
Press on.
And I know that, again, because I looked at diplomacy, that they have no armies. Control -9. Do I? So I cause -9 control just by being in a property. That's interesting. Okay. Yep, nothing there. I could have waited a turn and gotten the 10% discount, but I don't think it's worth it. I think I just need to press on. Just get that growth going ASAP, get that money flowing. I mean, the 400 gold there that I earned just by building the gold building
unnoticeable in the heat of battle.
is about the same amount that I have anyways. Okay, Harkled, I wish I knew if this was a... Like, I wish they'd show you dark fortresses on the map. Like, just in general. So it's not really intuitive where they are, and it's very, very important for, like, understanding where you need to go strategically to get those dark fortresses. But,
there
alright.
will always be blood.
Okay, troll. 100%. We want a troll.
I demand absolute fealty.
Armored trolls are legit too. Like, normal trolls are actually pretty good. People hate on trolls. I think other content creators said they're bad. They have low leadership. But if you can like keep them near your lord, and your lord gives like a lot of bonuses to leadership, or you have other ways to improve their leadership, they are like really good bargain. 200 gold, heavy armor piercing damage, regeneration, lots of HP. Big one is Siege Attacker. It's very hard for a lot of factions to get Siege Attackers at level 2. And trolls are a level 2 unit now. They used to be level 3.
Weakness is not an option. Blood so easily stains the snow.
And once you put the armored version on, they get like 100-something armor, I think. I'm a big troll fan.
Sword Maiden of the Blood God.
I believe they also have sweeping attacks. I'm not 100% about that, but I feel like they hit multiple infantry units at once every time they swing. See how much damage we take. I mean, if I'm going to occupy it, I'm going to get some replenishment anyways. We do get 10% extra on Marauders because of that bonus. Now, burning it does not give us that much money. We could sack it and then occupy it. I kind of like that idea.
It matters not from whence the blood flows. Hetwoman.
Now, we do not get a bonus, and we don't get to move a lot after a burn. I think that's something that's different from the normal dude. I think he gets like 50% after a burn. I think ours is just after winning a battle. But yeah, I think if you occupy, then... Or if you burn, then you don't have any more movement. Sacrifice captives. Oh, and slaughtered captives. So we get 200. So just... That's weird. I guess just because we won the battle normally. Okay, I think they count these as corn units now. I believe in the past, maybe it was glitched, but I think that, like, the Marauder stuff, even if it was dedicated to a god, did not get the discount. I thought it was only for demons initially, but now it looks like it does get the discount. Because it's like an odd number, like 235 and 135. I think. But anyways, alright.
Mistress of Skulls. Corn dominates here.
Get quite a bit of replenishment.
Carnets awakened.
Armies in the region get some replenishment. Okay, that's not like completely worthless. Warband upgrades minus 20%. So if you want to upgrade a lot, that's cool. We can eventually get post-battle loot if we want. We can get plus 15% souls, plus 10% item drop chance. If we care about any of that. Plus 20% when it's increasing. We don't have any magic. We don't have anything to spend souls on. I mean, you can spend souls on upgrading characters. I guess that's your major soul dump, as corn. Yeah, I don't think we need anything. It does increase corn corruption, though. I think that... Doesn't it? Yeah, corn plus 1. Okay.
Reforged for murder.
Alright. Oh, we got a troll over there too. Maybe I should have looked to see. So you still want to occupy it over burn it, I think. But... that. I still think we want to go for this. get more Corn Authority, which is really nice. I mean, we'll have to get this eventually, but we do already have some Chaos
Fury
Warriors.
and rage is served.
Right, like we've already got 3. So I
There
think
will
we
always
just want to
be
go ahead and get
blood.
that. Okay, yep. Now, with all of these
Armaments
upgrades,
worthy of Khorne.
is this already including all of that? It might be. I don't know if it's in combat or not, but this'll... So this is what, +8? Yeah, and then I think it's +10 for the other one, so that's like +18. So this is basically 55 or 57 +10, 67 melee attack on a tier 1 unit.
The Gore Queen.
Yes, please. Okay, now we can raid. How much is it? 25? Okay. They've got a troll there too. Oh, we've got another troll here.
Het Woman.
Now, do I want any more Marauders? I mean, I've got a lot, but you gotta remember, these Marauders can also turn into horses. Once you get these guys high enough, then you can turn them into cavalry, so it's not all infantry at the end if you don't want it to be. Can they go into, like, spawn? Okay, yeah, if you want, you can even turn them into Forsaken, and then those can be turned into spawn. So, you can get monstrous infantry out of it, you can get elite infantry out of it, or you can get elite cavalry out of it. So it's kind of like all the units that you want. So it is a little weird to just buy every Marauder, but that's kind of what we're doing. I really want these though, because those can turn into the horses, and they get a lot of kills. They get a lot of rundown kills at the end of battles, and I can get rid of the dogs and put those in.
Only the blood.
Which reminds me, do we not have any dogs yet? Oh, we do. Okay, we have 2 dogs. If we want them. Now, alright. This. I mean, we don't need a whole, like, ton of trolls, but, like, having 2 or 3 are good for knocking down walls. They're kind of fast at 54 too.
Consort of Khorne.
Okay, so let's go
The
here,
road to
I think.
carnage.
Absurd.
Bringer of glory.
Oh, yeah. I forgot it's provincial. I thought it was local. Didn't it used to be local? Did they make it provincial? They got 2 trolls up there. Man, we're getting lucky on the troll spawns. Okay. We're gonna raid, I
Swordmaiden of
think.
the Blood God.
We get some souls out of that too, I
Death in
think.
our wake.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Our treatment is unacceptable.
Okay. It's still kind of hurting for money, but I mean, we don't need an army this big. We don't need to go that much bigger. I don't think right now. Like, we're already gonna slaughter everything. Grand could be a challenge.
This weather rides like a savage animal.
Hargonoth. Okay. It's not a Dark Fortress. It's kind of got me going down here messing around with all this crap that's not Dark Fortresses. I don't know how useful, like, the gold's gonna be, because there's a lot of gold and marble. I think marble reduces the cost of all buildings by, like, 5%, faction-wide. It's something crazy, I feel like.
Mistress of Skulls.
Unthinkable.
Do I just go straight for Grand, or do I take this first?
The Gore Queen. By my black will.
Now, if they run, I get to attack again. And then, in theory, I can pull these guys out of the town. If they, like, assuming they run, like, right here, I can attack this, pull them out of the town, and then attack the town, and it should be easier. Or we just get a free chill road. Kill. We get to level up. We get a little more experience.
Hetwoman.
Damn, this thing feels slowly. Maybe they nerfed it. It was really strong. I mean, this is like 100% free. Our next upgrade is not that important.
Carneth's awakened.
They also could have another lord here, and they could get to hire, like, 5 more units or something. I think we just go for this. Let's go for the fun fight.
Reforged for murder. Behold my wrath.
Okay, they don't have another army, so they're gonna run. Yeah. Oh, are they outside?
The cold is unnoticeable in the heat.
Okay, I think they may have run outside of the range.
Mistress of Skulls.
So after I kill him, I think I still get enough movement to go after them. Hopefully.
Snow
Yeah, he done
will
goofed.
never be a barrier to war.
Close victory. Alright, we'll see. See about that, bruh.
Valkia the Bloody!
What? Northern barbarians! Skull Crushers!
Make the trolls 2, I guess. We don't have any archers. Usually I like to put my ranged units on 2. My main infantry is 1. And then, you know, kind of my monstrous infantry and utility units and stuff like that is 3 and 4. Artillery 5. And characters 6 through 10. There's no, like, super strategic reason why I do that. That's just how I do it. I notice a lot of content creators do not use groups, which is really weird to me. Maybe I'm just old school from, like, the StarCraft, you know, days, StarCraft 1, StarCraft 2, when you have, like, a million units, but there's a lot of units here, too, that matter as well, like, I don't know.
Look at these pretenders! Old warriors may claim noble ideals, but they simply crave the glory of taking life.
I agree, man. Bunch of weak stuff. Weak sauce.
The Gore Queen! To the slaughter!
I mean, this is... I think we're probably going to do pretty well against him, but... Dark Elves, honestly, I practiced one because I believe Jay said for one of the campaigns he wanted to do. Now, what the hell?
Rage guides me!
Army of the Dark Gods!
Give me glory!
Seeking victims! The Horde surges! Horns of war! They die! Exalted hero! Slay every mortal!
Yeah, they're going to probably try to run this way. I didn't mean to cheese them there. I just accidentally ran my dudes up. Get a little sandwich going on here. trolls in on that. Actually, we keep the trolls right here. It's fine.
Crushers of core!
Execute! Shield Maiden! Making ground! Glorious slaughter! Swiftly!
Chaos Warriors! They die! Lords of Chaos! For the sword, Maiden! Nose on the sheep! Yes! The Howling Horde! Move!
Seeking the fight! Sate my bloodlust!
Hero of Chaos!
To the slaughter! Certain death!
To slaughter! Warriors of Corn! Followers of Chaos! Northern barbarians! Carnage moves! Corn, behold! Very well. Make kind!
Valkia the Bloody!
Fight and kill! Conquest!
They're trying to team up on my homie.
Yes!
Brothers in bloodletting! Slaughter them! Blood for the Blood God! This is our time!
Corn shows the way!
Spreading destruction! Chaos Warriors of Corn! Now! Yes!
Everything must die!
For Valkia, first commander! Slaves to darkness! Search for core! With me!
Bash their heads in!
Yes!
Alright, they're running.
Our duty obey!
Uh-oh.
Now!
So that's where the dogs are kind of good at just running down stuff. So I could bring in the other dogs.
Kill me, God! Battle hungry! Skull crushers! Carnage steers us! Yes! Destroy them!
Valkia the Bloody!
Chaos Warriors! Wolf Father's Warriors! Claim it for call! With fire! Rip their hearts out! Axe-Father's Marauders! Faster!
Alright, get the Marauders out of there. They just, I mean, they do have actually a pretty high melee attack, but need the heavy hitters getting in there. Okay, yeah, they're all done. And we can just go ahead. I mean, they've already retreated once, so they're dead. I'm glad they got rid of that bug, too, because, they sometimes could retreat twice. I don't remember if it was Warhammer 1 or Warhammer 2, but it was really, really annoying. I don't remember which conditions had to happen for them to do that, but felt pretty obnoxious. Yeah, I mean, the triple heroes, like, these guys are okay in combat, but, like, they're kind of ganging up on my dude, so I just had to back it up. And trolls are pretty good at dueling enemy heroes to some extent, because there are a bunch of them. They regenerate. They have really heavy armor-piercing damage. Again, trolls is really good support unit. Wow. So we could get 12% replenishment, which is huge. Does not affect single entity units, or 585 souls. I mean, we're about to siege. That's a lot of souls. And we kind of need the money. I really don't want to lose these warriors, but I mean, I think we can just hide with them if we need to. I just not even use them, and we could win with the rest of it. So I'm gonna greed out. Oh, did he get a challenge? There are certain challenges in the Path to Glory. What do we need here? Win a battle against a demon race. 2 Chaos Knights in an army. Or win a battle with 2,000 kills. He personally has 2,000 kills? Or maybe I should just fight out the battle so we can get the 2,000. Oh, are you excited, Rory? You doing a little dance? Okay. Yeah, that's it. 5% replenishment alone. It's like sold.
Het woman.
I guess just the movement speed. I mean, that's really good. Oh, that's demonic. Non-demonic cavalry and chariots. Eventually that'll be really good. But that's all demonic units, including cavalry. And things like that. But again, our cavalry is not demonic for some reason. Maybe they changed. I could have sworn they were demonic in the past, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I was thinking of the dogs. Okay, ancillaries, Norse Berserker. Okay.
Sword Maiden of the Blood God.
What do we have here? I mean, I think we'll just crush that.
Carnets awakened.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it next episode. Yeah, I mean, pretty much we just run up with Valkia. Run up with Valkia and the trolls, knock down the door, take them down. I'm really surprised, like, tier 5 cavalry don't have door breaking. Like, I guess these aren't technically monstrous cav. Actually, it says it right there, monstrous shock cav. I thought, like, maybe 16 is the cutoff for monstrous, but I guess 32 counts. That means they're really big. Like, what is their weight? I guess that's not that big. 1650. How much do trolls weigh? 1,500. Weight impacts how far they knock stuff and how much, like, damage they do on their charge. Okay, we'll have to do this next episode because I do want to keep these under an hour. We got a lot of fights in this episode. I think 3 or 4. And that's just how we're going to do it with Corn. We're going to keep blasting. I don't know. After we finish up Grond, we'll see if we want to go again for the Dark Elves. I think probably not because it doesn't have a... We'll have to see what our diplomacy is with them. But they don't have any dark fortresses over there, and that's really what we need, because that's how we get any of our money. So we'll just have to see. But anyway, special thanks again to Jay for sponsoring this. If you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. And stay tuned for future episodes. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day.